The shadow knows.
Blue Coal presents one of radio's most famous features, The Shadow. The story of the mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today we present The Shadow in one of his most remarkable adventures. A modern mystery of science and crime, The Phantom Voice. In just a moment, The Shadow begins his exciting adventure. Meanwhile, I'd like to tell you how you can safeguard the health and comfort of your family during these dangerous winter months. Burn Blue Coal. It gives you safe, uniform, healthful heat all winter long. And for valuable heating information that will save you real money regardless of the fuel you're using, send tonight for John Barclay's free 24-page book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. Address a postcard to Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of this station. Don't miss out by delaying. Send for your free copy of How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home right at the close of this program.
Here we are. Margot. Let me help you on.
All right. Thank you, Lamont.
This way, Margot.
Lamont Cranston, where on earth are you taking me?
We're on our way to the criminal court, Margot.
The criminal court? Oh, a murder trial.
This isn't a murder trial. Unless I'm badly mistaken, we're going to witness an assassination.
What?
An assassination. The assassination of the character and reputation of one of the most outstanding public men in America today.
Oh, you mean Senator Durham?
Yes.
Say, I've been reading about his trial in the papers. They've certainly unearthed plenty of evidence that he accepted that bribe.
Well, unless I've made a mistake in character analysis, that evidence is forged. Durham is more than a political figure, Margot. He's a statesman. He has an independent income. He's devoted his life to unselfish public service.
Oh, he's a very wealthy man.
Yes, Margot. Senator Durham has given away 10 times the amount of money he's accused of taking as a bribe.
Well, if that's true, Lamont, the whole thing doesn't make sense. Why should a man like that take a 15-year prison term for taking a bribe he didn't need?
That's the point that worries me.
Incidentally, didn't I see that the prosecution expects to spring a surprise bit of evidence today?
Exactly. That's why we're here. Come along, Margot. Court's already in session.
Order in the court.
One more such outburst on the part of the spectators at this trial, and I shall order the courtroom cleared. Proceed, Mr. Defense Attorney.
Your Honor, I have stated the case for my client. I have shown that by his record, it would have been impossible for him to act as the prosecution claims he has acted. And I have yet to see any proof that Senator Durham has committed any crime. I will now call Senator Durham himself to the stand to deny these lies in person.
Senator Durham to the stand.
Here I am.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Proceed with the examination.
Senator, you have heard the prosecution's accusations that you did at some time during last December accept a bribe from the late Mario Rinaldi.
Yes.
What is your answer?
I never accepted a bribe from anyone. My answer is that the whole thing is a pack of lies.
Order! Order in the court.
Your witness.
Senator Durham, do you deny that on the 16th of December last, you received a visit from the late Mario Rinaldi in your room at the Maximilian Hotel?
Why, no. He came to see me, and
Confine yourself to specific answers. Gentlemen of the jury, the defense has made much of the senator's long and seemingly illustrious career of public service. They would have you believe that, like Caesar's wife, the defendant, Senator Durham, is above suspicion. They've paraded witnesses to the stand who've told you of his philanthropies, of his unselfish devotion to public service, of his blameless personal life in the past. That we do not contest, refute, nor deny. But unfortunately for Senator Durham, he is not being tried for his past. We, the prosecution, need but one more bit of evidence to complete our case. We have that evidence.
Order in the court.
I beg leave to show the jury a soundtrack motion picture of a meeting between the defendant and the late Mario Rinaldi, whose bribe of $50,000 paid to the defendant is the basis upon which this case was brought to trial.
Order in the court.
Has this motion picture a direct bearing on this case, Mr. Prosecutor?
It has, Your Honor.
Has the counsel for the defense any objection to the introduction of this type of evidence without due notice?
Senator Durham has nothing whatever to fear from the introduction of any authentic motion picture record of any meeting of Mario Rinaldi and himself, even though the picture was made without the senator's knowledge.
Very well.
The projection equipment is in the courtroom. Will you order the shades drawn and the lights extinguished?
Court attendants will please draw the shades. Again, I caution the spectators against any outbursts of any kind. Furthermore, no one will be allowed to leave the court until the introduction of this evidence is complete. You may proceed, Mr. Prosecutor.
With the court's permission, we will place the screen in full view of the jury.
Your Honor,
Counsel for the defense has a question.
for the sake of the record, will the prosecution state at whose request this motion picture was made?
It was made at the request of Anthony Vogel, an attorney of this city,
For what reason?
as a citizen interested in public welfare. Very well. Now, if the attendant will turn out the lights.
Order. Silence in the court.
The prosecution will submit affidavits to prove that this is an authentic film record of a meeting between Senator Durham and Mario Rinaldi on the evening of December 16th. You may turn on the machine. Yes, sir.
Yes? Come in. Oh, hello, Rinaldi. I've been expecting you.
Look here, Senator Durham. Why haven't I got the contract award on that Buster Street building? The money's been appropriated. You said you'd use your influence if we fixed you up.
Of course, Rinaldi. I told you you'd get that contract. For a consideration. But you didn't send me my present of $50,000 for swinging it your way. So naturally,
Oh, so that's it. You want to be paid off first, huh?
Yes. And in cash. No checks.
Okay. You'll get your 50 grand. Get me that contract. I'll be back in an hour with your money.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
That's the end of the film, gentlemen.
It's a lie. A lie, I tell you. I never said that.
Order in the court.
Your Honor, I object. My client never had such a conversation with Mario Rinaldi. That picture is a fake.
One moment. Attendants will please turn on the lights.
Your Honor, allow me to remind the counsel for the defense that pictures do not lie.
Your Honor, we do not deny that the meeting between Senator Durham and Mario Rinaldi did take place in the manner shown in this film, but we deny that any such conversation took place.
Have you any proof of that?
There are only two people who could know what went on in that room. Senator Durham and Rinaldi. And Rinaldi is dead.
Do you deny the voice was the voice of the defendant?
My client admits that it sounds like his voice, but it cannot be, since he never asked or received a bribe from the late Mario Rinaldi for any reason or purpose whatever. Your Honor, I ask a recess of this trial in order that the defense may have an opportunity to study this film and soundtrack.
I object.
I do not see how the due process of law will be impaired by a 24-hour delay. Objection overruled. Court's adjourned until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Lamont, after seeing that talking picture of Senator Durham meeting Rinaldi and practically demanding a bribe, how can anyone doubt his guilt?
Margot, the Greeks had a philosophy that ran something like this. Only believe half that which you see and nothing you hear.
Oh, but Lamont, that wasn't hearsay evidence. That was the senator speaking. That was his voice. Even he couldn't deny.
No man knows the sound of his own voice, Margot. Besides, Durham never spoke those words to Rinaldi.
But you saw him. You saw the motion picture.
Exactly. Because I did see him speak, I know he didn't say the things that were on the soundtrack of that film.
What do you mean, Lamont?
Have you ever watched the movement of a man's jaw muscles when he speaks certain words?
You mean you know what he really said?
No. No, his face was half averted from the camera. I couldn't see his lips. I don't know just what he did say, but I know he didn't utter the words we just heard.
Oh, but Lamont, it was still the senator's voice saying those other things, demanding that bribe. I'd swear to it.
Yes, and so will the jury, Margot. Unless something is done within the next 24 hours, one of the finest men in this country, an innocent man, Senator Durham, is going to be railroaded into prison for 15 years by his political enemies. I'm stopping here, Margot. I want you to wait in the car, please.
No. The lawyer's building. What are you going to do here, Lamont?
I'm going up to the 25th floor, Margot. The Shadow has an appointment with one of the most crooked lawyers in this city. Anthony Vogel, who was so interested in the public welfare that he went to the trouble of having a sound camera planted in Senator Durham's hotel suite the night of December 16th.
While we are waiting for the shadow to return, I would like to ask all homeowners a question. Do you want to save money? Of course you do. And you begin real saving when you cut down on the cost of heating your home. Here's the easiest and surest way to do this. Decide now to cook and heat with blue coal. Here's why blue coal is more economical. It is prepared especially for use in the home. And blue coal is Pennsylvania anthracite. The fuel that furnaces, cooking ranges, and parlor stoves in this section of the country were especially designed to burn. It is mined by the Glen Alden Coal Company, the world's largest producer of specially prepared home fuel. And every carload of blue coal is laboratory tested for purity and size before shipment. And you can always be sure of getting this superior home fuel because it is tinted with an unmistakable blue color so that you can easily identify it at a glance. In Waverly, New York and vicinity, blue coal sales so far this winter are 27% ahead of sales for the same period a year ago. This increase in sales is because Waverly families have found out that blue coal does all I say it will do. So I urge all families throughout this region to try blue coal. Order a trial ton tomorrow. Ask for blue coal by name in any one of 4 sizes: egg, stove, chestnut, or pea. You will find the name of your nearest blue coal dealer listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
See that swell, Mr. Vogel? You certainly put it over. That sound picture sure turned the trick.
Yes, but I'm still worried, Travers.
Well, there ain't nothing to be worried about. Senator Durham's as good as on his way to the pen right now.
Well, I won't feel happy until he is.
When are you going to get me a wrestling bout, boss?
A wrestling bout?
Yeah, it's about time I was getting in the ring again. And, well, I could stand the extra dough.
Forget you're a wrestler, Travers. You'll make more money in this racket as my bodyguard. Any calls while I was down at court?
Yeah, Wilson phoned a couple of minutes ago.
Why didn't you say so?
Well, you didn't ask me.
What did he want?
I wanted to talk to you. Hey, what do you suppose he wants? Dough?
I've paid him all he's going to get. Say, maybe he's read in the afternoon papers what we're really using that soundtrack for. If he gets white-livered and talks...
Well, maybe we should fix him so he can't talk, huh, boss?
What do you mean?
Well, he could fall out of that 15-story apartment of his, accidental-like. He'd only have to fall once.
It might be a good plan.
Okay, you want me to go over there now and take care of it, boss?
No. No, there's no sense doing anything about him until we have to. But at the first sign of anybody getting wise to what we're doing, then we'll arrange a neat little accident for friend Wilson. Well, now let's take a look at that Wesley murder case.
One case at a time, Mr. Vogel.
What was that?
Suppose we review the evidence of the case against Senator Durham.
What sort of devil's trick is this? Who are you?
I am the shadow, Vogel.
But I can't see you.
Nevertheless, Vogel, I am here, in the shadows.
Gee, boss. Somebody's talking and nobody's here.
Shut up, Travers. I'll handle this. Oh. So you're the shadow, eh? You come here to play your hypnotic tricks on me. What do you know about Senator Durham's business?
I know everything about it. I've been listening to your interesting conversation about this Mr. Wilson. He seems to play an important part in your case against Senator Durham.
Listen, Shadow, I've heard plenty about you. I don't want to fight you. How much do you want to keep out of this?
Always the fixer.
How much, Shadow?
There isn't enough money in the world to cover up what you're trying to do, Vogel. Who is this man? Wilson. What part did he play in this scheme of yours?
Oh, so you don't know. You're just trying to find out, are you, Shadow? Travers, lock the door.
Okay, boss. That's locked.
Melodrama won't help you, Vogel.
Boss, if I could only see this guy, I could...
Come on, Travers. We don't need to see him.
What do you mean,
Come over here. Give me your hand.
Well, okay, but it don't make much sense.
You'll see. All right. Stand up with me against this wall. Now, stretch out your arms. Can you touch the side wall on that side?
Yeah, I can touch it.
Good. I can touch it on my side. Now, walk slowly to the other end of the room and don't let your fingers leave the wall.
Oh, I get it. Then the shadow can't get past it, huh?
You're quick. Now, walk forward slowly. Slow, you fool.
Okay. Well, I don't feel nothing. We're almost to the end of the room, boss. Maybe he got away.
No, he couldn't go through the door. It's locked. The window is locked, too.
Hey, boss, I felt something.
Huh?
I got him. I got hold of him, boss. I can't see him, but I got him. I got the shadow around the throat. He's a man after all. Gee, Strong.
Good. Kill him, Travers.
Maybe he can. He's choking me.
Give me your gat, boss. I'll shoot him.
You don't need a gun. It'll make too much noise.
He's weakening, boss.
Kill him, Travers. Give him your famous stranglehold.
If he doesn't let go, he'll kill me.
Yes, Shadow. This is where you die. Finish him off, Travers. I've got to hurry and take care of Wilson before he gets a chance to talk.
I wonder who that can be. Oh, good evening, Mr. Vogel.
Hello, Wilson. I hear you were trying to get hold of me earlier this evening.
Yes, that's right. I want to talk to you. Won't you come in?
Are you alone?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Mr. Vogel, when you asked me to do some work for you, I didn't ask to know what you were going to do with it. I needed the money for my wife, Alice, and kids, and
You got paid, didn't you?
Yes, but... Well, all this stuff in the papers, Mr. Vogel, about the... Frankly, I don't like it.
Oh, you don't? Having a little attack of conscience, Wilson?
Well, doing a job is one thing, but sending a man away to prison on a false charge is something else. So I intended to tell you that...
Tell me what?
Well, tell you that I refuse to let it go on any further.
Oh, you refuse?
Yes. After all, Mr. Vogel, if I tell what I know about... Well, what are you going to do about it?
Just this. Don't move, Wilson.
Put that gun down. Don't be a fool, Vogel.
I'm not the fool, Wilson. Now, turn your back to me. That's right.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to assist at a little accident. Now, walk to that window.
Wait. You can't do this to me. You can't.
Walk!
Okay.
Now, open the window. All right, Wilson. Climb up on the windowsill.
Just a moment, Mr. Vogel.
The shadow. I thought Travers took care of you.
You thought Travers took care of me, did you, Vogel? Well, I admit he's a good wrestler. But there was one little hole, Vogel, I learned in the Orient that he didn't know. He had me beaten for a moment. It was my one chance to get you to lead me to Wilson.
You mean you followed me here?
Yes. Yes, I followed you here. It wasn't very difficult to get away from Mr. Travers. It seems I arrived just in time for my proof.
In time? No. There's Shadow. There's your proof lying dead on the floor.
You're crazy, Vogel. You're a fool. You'll get the chair for this.
I'm not as crazy as you think. So I'm a fool, am I, Shadow? Now, you're the fool for coming here. You're the fool the police will find locked in this room with Wilson's dead body. They'll find you. I'll see that they do. And here's the gun you killed him with. Why don't you try the window, Shadow? It's only 15 stories to the floor.
Shadow. Shadow.
Wilson. Wilson, tell me. Quick.
I'm done for.
Quick. Quick, Wilson. Give me the proof. The proof, Wilson. The proof that you framed Senator Durham.
Senator. Proof. Senator Durham.
Come on, Wilson. Come on. Tell me. How did you frame Senator Durham?
Sure. Alice, darling. Alice. My baby.
Wilson. Wilson!
Lamont, are you all right?
Unlock the door, Margot. Unlock the door. The key's on the outside.
Oh, Lamont, I heard a shot and saw Vogel running out, so I couldn't wait. What happened?
I hadn't been so stupid. Waited so long. I wanted to find out their secret before I spoke. And now it's too late. Wilson is unconscious, I'm afraid. Dying. Vogel has outwitted me. After all.
Vogel. That's it, Vogel. Shot me. In cold blood, he shot me. I burned for it.
Wilson, listen to me. Listen and think. Think. Tell me. How did you frame Senator Durham? Tell me that, Wilson. Tell me that, and I'll see that Vogel pays for doing this to you.
Senator Durham, now I remember. I'll show you. Help me into the next room. I'll show you.
We'll help you. Easy now. Easy.
I'll get on the other side. Why, look. It's a recording studio.
Yeah, that's right. It's my hobby. I'm an actor, an impersonator by profession.
An impersonator?
Yes. Help me to that chair by the turntable. I impersonate people. I've imitated Senator Durham's voice dozens of times. Quick. Hand me the microphone. Turn on the switch. There, I can't hold out much longer.
Here's the microphone.
Drop that needle on the wax record. Turn the switch. This is you, Wilson, speaking. I've just been shot by Anthony Vogel. He hired me to...
Order in the court. Your Honor, I move that the case against my client, Senator Durham, be dismissed.
On what grounds?
On the evidence contained on this record found in the apartment of the late Hugh Wilson, the radio and stage impersonator who was found shot in his apartment last night. I ask the court's permission to play it at this time.
Permission granted.
You may start the record now.
Yes, sir.
This is Hugh Wilson speaking. I've just been shot by Anthony Vogel. He hired me to impersonate the voice of Senator Durham. It's my voice on the soundtrack of the picture shown at Senator Durham's trial. I'll show how I did it. Listen.
Of course, Rinaldi, I told you you'd get the contract for a consideration. But you didn't send me my present of $50,000 for swinging it your way. So naturally, that's how it was done. That's how I did it. Durham's innocent. He never uttered those words.
Order in the court.
Why, this is amazing, incredible.
Your Honor, there is one more voice on the record at the end. Listen.
The voice you have heard is that of Hugh Wilson, murdered by Anthony Vogel. He is the man who sought to frame Senator Durham. But Vogel failed. Just as in the end all crime must fail, and all criminals pay the penalty of death.
Order in the court.
Whose voice was that?
That, Your Honor, is the voice of the man to whom Senator Durham owes his vindication. The voice of the shadow.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the shadow leaves you, here's John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Barclay.
Thank you, Ken Roberts. Good evening, friends. Just now, I'd like to offer you a friendly suggestion to lose no time in sending for your free copy of my book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. This little book is attractively illustrated, and each of its 24 pages holds valuable heating information that is of interest to every homeowner. Problems such as the importance of clean furnaces, putting coal on the fire, how to bank a fire, and how to light a fire are dealt with in the fullest detail. For example, on page 16, you will find steps to follow in getting the best results from your furnace in the morning, during the day, and at night. And friends, these are only a few of the 36 topics covered in my book. There is no charge for this book. It will be sent to your home absolutely free and postpaid. It is a part of Blue Coal's famous free service. So I earnestly recommend that you send a postcard tonight for your free copy of How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. Addressed Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of the station to which you are listening. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barclay. Friends, these books are going like wildfire. So write for your copy tonight. Address a postcard in a clear, legible hand to Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of the station to which you are listening. Write now for your copy of How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. You have just heard a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
As you sow evil, so shall you reap evil. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest.
Check, testing, 1, 2, fuck it.
Good morning, everyone. How are we today? I feel like shit. I'm doing horrible. I'm just trying to rise above all of the shit that's going on in the country right now, and I'm having a very difficult time of it. All it takes for evil to succeed is for good people to do not a fucking thing. And we got too many people in this country who are evil for evil, or they're evil themselves, or they just don't fucking get it, but they're clueless, and they're letting this shit happen. And it's really wearing on me. I see a pack of cigarettes here, and I actually feel like smoking one. I'm just so... We're recycling this TV guide today. We didn't get to it last week, so we're going to use it again this week, which is fine because yeah, I think that's all we have. I think we have a couple more. We have one more for this next week. So there you go. That's why we're recycling this one. Yeah. How can people be so heartless and evil? You know, there's a way to go about doing what this administration is doing, and then there's the wrong way, and they're doing it the wrong way, right? They're just anybody who backs this administration for whatever reason reminds me of those people after World War II that said, well, we didn't know Hitler was like that. We just didn't know. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know what's going on. You just have evil in your heart, and that is why you are allowing this shit to happen. Because that son of a bitch has evil in his heart, and if you can't see that, then you must be joining him. Anyone for this administration is evil. That being said, anyone for the last administration is fucking evil too, or ignorant. Pick one. You're either evil or ignorant. You pick any of these two-party administrations, and you're either ignorant or evil. You either don't know, you honestly don't know, or you're just pretending you don't know. I thought that humanity was going to move past this at some point, all the hate and the stupidity and the greed, and it just seems to get worse. We seem to put people into power who just want to proliferate that. Good morning, Joe. How you doing, buddy? I'm a little under the weather. This is the coffee cup that my daughter gave me yesterday for Father's Day. It is a university coffee cup. She knows how I love my coffee mugs, and she got me one. It says Cal State San Bernardino, and it's got the wolf on it. Oh, or a coyote. I guess it's a coyote. Yeah. Well, I don't blame you, son. They're slaving you. They're slaving you. At least you're getting compensated for your slave duties. Yeah, I really dig this cup. I really do. It's got the relief on the front. It's embossed, so it's all of these perfect angles, right? All of these perfect, and then it's embossed, so it's got this this relief behind it, so it's 3D. It's just beautiful. She actually got it a while ago, specifically for me for Father's Day, and held on to it. She's such an awesome kid. Yeah, if things in this country get any worse, I don't know what's going to happen. It's gonna rip my whole world apart, really. So let's see. Let's try to keep going. You haven't gotten the raise yet, of course. It ain't gonna be retroactive. They're like, we're gonna give you a raise, but you're gonna get it on this day here, right? Because we're gonna give it to you, but we still have to get it approved. And there's always some shit. Yeah. Get it, and then make it be retro to the day they said they were gonna give it to you. Well, how come it doesn't start here? Make it go retro. Make it go back to when you said. In fact, make it a month before that. Just fuck with them. They'll probably do it. You got them under a fucking screw. Yeah. So today's Monday. It's Monday movie memories. Movie memory Monday. It's Monday, so we're gonna do the movie thing. I have my air conditioner on because I get up in the morning and it's like 80 degrees in here. The sun is gonna be up in it's already up. It's just weaseling. So this morning's album of the day is Smiler by Rod Stewart. It is a great fucking album. It is awesome. If you see this, it's got all of these people here that made it possible for Rod Stewart to be where he was then, right? And what's really neat is you got all of these people here, and in the sleeve, where is it? Not the new sleeve, the old original sleeve. On the back of the sleeve, it got the key to show you everybody standing in the picture, and it's really cool. It literally gives you everybody standing in this picture in the thing there, so you can tell who everybody is, you know. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Number 12, Ron Woods. That's great stuff, baby. There you go. So anyway, there's a lot of drunk bastards on this. It's like everybody's got a drink in their hand. I think the dog is even drunk. Let me get back in there. So let me see if I can find Smiler, because that's one of the things that I want to do this week, is to try to keep up with posting in the comments what it is we're doing here, so we can kind of share it together. Oh, let's go. I haven't gotten a raise. I have a Christmas present already. I won't tell her. She doesn't watch this, so she's not gonna know. She won't know, eh? Deja was here over the weekend. Hi, Deja. She came to go with Natalie to see I Don't Know How, But They Found Me here at our local pioneer towns, Pappy and Harriet's. That's cool. You kids, you do your gift shopping so early. That's awesome. Not many kids do that. You kids are awesome. You good kids. So yeah, she came over. She hung out for a while and had some dinner, and then they went to the show and they met up with another girlfriend, and then they came back here and they just stayed the night, because I don't want them out driving around late at night. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yes, I miss her coming around. I didn't I didn't do anything like, hey, how's it going? What's up? How you been? It's like, nah, she's here to see my daughter. I don't need to do that whole parent thing. And how is your house doing? And how's everybody over there? And what's going on? And yada, yada, yada. I know you know, but the rest of the world don't know. I have to tell all of my legions of fans and followers what's going on here. So, I know it may seem as though we are an audience of one here this morning, but we're really not. We're really not. There is the potential. There is always the potential for 1 million viewers. There you go. There you have it. There it is right there. 1 million viewers. Let me get back to what I was doing here. What do we got? Let's see. We are going to pop over here to the tuber, to the old potato, and we are going to look for Smiler by Rod Stewart. Smiler. Stewart. Full album. Sturt. Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart. 16 videos, 12 videos. I like it when it's just the album. Oh, here it is. Rod Stewart Smiler, 1977, full album, part 1. Let's do that. Share. Gappy. Let me turn off my sound so we don't have to listen to me talking over myself. That's always annoying. Yeah. Okay. Paste. And jump. Now let's see if we could find part 2. Where is it? Where's part 2? Okay. Well, let's go here and see if part 2 pops up. Hey, full album part 2, there it is. And share, copy, there we go, and paste. There we go. Alright. Smiler, 1974. Full album. Rod. Oop. Rod. Stewart. There you go. And there you go. There you have it. There it is. Alright. There you go. Parts 1 and 2 of Smiler by Rod Stewart. It is a great fucking album. It is like right off of the heels of the Faces. Hence Ron Wood there. Arr. Oh, pardon me. Arr. Arr. Oh, that is such good coffee. I made it. It almost wasn't ready in time. Almost. I get my show started and start the coffee and then go use the restroom and come out, check the show, get my coffee, and when I went to get my coffee, it's like, oh, I didn't push start. So I made the coffee while I was cleaning out my bong. And it only took a few minutes to brew. Awesome sauce. So, it's Monday Movie Memories. So, if you remember, we like to talk about movies on Monday. Because it rhymes. Alright, Monday movie. It doesn't rhyme, Monday Movie Memories. It just rolls. That's what it does. Today's movie for us to watch and discuss is Cipher in the Snow. I bawled my eyes out in school. I had to get up and leave before the lights turned on. Mainly because I was looking in a mirror. I saw myself in this kid. And it was a bummer, and it scared me. And I was really, really sad. So, on a happier note, this week's movie is The Main Event. Now, The Main Event is one of my all-time favorite Barbra Streisand movies. She did one or two other movies with Mr. Ryan here. Yeah, Ryan O'Neal, and she did, pardon me, Ryan O'Neal, and she did the, What's Up, Doc? A great movie. His part is flat in that. Maybe it's the directing, but his character, his acting, he just, she's big as life, and his character is just kind of, it doesn't work. I like the movie, but every time I watch it, it's like, I just don't know. What's Up, Doc? Now, Ryan O'Neal and Barbra Streisand in The Main Event. Now, that's fucking great. He actually, while he's still more subdued than she is, it's a much better movie for their talent combination. It's really, so let's see if we can find, a good old watch'em. The main event. Full movie. I'm sure you can rent it. Buy or rent. Buy or rent. Buy or rent. There you go. The Main Event, full movie. Artificial intelligence. I don't get it. I don't know if that is it, so I'm not going to go there. Can I find us a movie trailer? Can I find us a movie trailer? Okay. Let me go back. And 1979. They seems to have it in a playlist here. I don't like the whole playlist thing there. Here's a trailer. Rotten Tomatoes Classic Trailers. I think that's probably a good way for you to see the get a good idea of what it is about. Yeah? Yeah. Alright. And then, if you can, find it and stream it, because it's a great fucking movie. It's funny. It's hilarious. Pasty paste. I got... so I had the wind from the air conditioner is blowing across the little bit of fuzz on the top of my head, and it's annoying me. I have to keep the air on, though, because it is going to get warm in here really quick if I don't. Okay, here we go. There it is. Man. Event 1979 movie trailer. There we go. Check that out. It's fun. It's funny. And it's got a lot of great, funny, silly people in it. Like the guy that the ringside guy, his coach, his manager, his, here's your mouthpiece guy. That guy. Well, I can't remember his name. He was all over TV and movies. Just a great character actor. Coffee. Okay, so at about 6, I don't want to watch this Cipher in the Snow too early because it's gonna make me cry, and I don't want to get too for the whole show. This is my copy of Cipher in the Snow. This is my 16mm copy of Cipher in the Snow. This might even be the copy that I watched when I was a kid. I watched this in the 4th grade. I'm pretty sure that I did the 4th grade twice. I'm pretty sure I was in the first time in the 4th grade at Fallbrook Elementary School. I don't remember the exact name of the school. It was probably named after somebody. It's a Marine town, so it was probably named after a Marine. And I remember seeing this movie in class, and it devastated me. The main reason that I was devastated by this was that I was treated like shit in the school, in the class, by my teacher, by my classmates, by the principal. I was just treated like garbage, right? And I saw myself in this film. And I just thought for sure that if I got sad enough, that the same thing that happened to this boy in this film would happen to me. And it made me miserable. And I felt this movie for years. I still feel it. I had a house guest a couple of years back and played it for them, and they were devastated. Why did you show me that? Because it's fucking real, you know. If you've never seen Cipher in the Snow, then hang on and watch it with me. It's not in my playlist yet. I booted it up last night because yesterday I decided I was going to do this, mainly because I've been really depressed of late, the last week or so, and it's just everything going on in the world, you know. It's really touched me more than I need it to right now. And the fact that people can indiscriminately just be hateful toward people for no other reason than their ignorance. It hurts me on a level that you just cannot fathom. Mainly because I've been hurt most of my life, bullied, ridiculed, ostracized, you know. And now we've got factions of the government whose sole purpose it is to pick people out simply for the color of their skin and detain them until they work it out. That's not right. That's profiling on a level this country has never seen before, and people are just letting it happen, right? Our local governments are letting it happen. Our local law enforcement that are hired by us, local citizens, to protect us, now work for the federal government, and that's not right. I hate what's happening right now. But you know what? The way that the government is doing this, there should be riots in the streets at this point. There should be. Because somebody's got to stand up and say, enough is enough, man. And if it happens to be Mexican Americans or straight up Mexicans that are doing this, shame on you, average American citizen, for not getting up and doing something about it. Shame on you for sitting at home and streaming this shit live and going, God darn it, I wish they would just get all those radicals out. They're doing this for you, you fucking idiots. How many rights have you lost in the last 25 years? You've just given away your rights to the government. And now look what they're doing with them. Who do you think they're coming for next? All right? Who do you think they're fucking coming for next, you morons? First it's the Mexicans, all right? Then it's the people with guns, all right? Then it's what, going to be LGTB, all right? It's going to be blacks, all right? They're going to be going off anybody who looks Middle Eastern, right? They're just going to be going, they're going to try and whitewash this entire fucking country is what they're going to try to do, all right? And people are just letting it fucking happen. People are just letting it fucking happen. People are just letting it fucking happen. Same thing fucking happened in Nazi Germany. In the 1930s, some asshole stood up and said, you know what? I think we should get rid of all these fuckers. They're criminals, they're rapists. I'm sure some of them are good, but we don't want any of them. Let's round them all up. You know what? Let's just fucking kill them. Fuck deporting them. Fuck rounding them up and spending money on it. Let's just fucking kill them all, right? That's what, you know, it started, the last time it started with babies and kids in cages separated from parents. What do you think it's going to look like now? All right? What do you think it's going to look like now? Now they're ripping families apart right in the middle of the fucking street, right? Going to their homes and ripping the fucking families apart. What do you think? You think it's going to stop there, right? They're gonna get rid of so many Democrats doing all of this. These side B of asshole is going to fucking take over, because it's either, side A or side B, the Democrats or the Republicans. Two-party bullshit is for the two parties. It ain't for us. If it was for us, we'd be picking the best of the best to be up there taking charge, and we don't. We pick the biggest fucking losers we can possibly fucking find because they're charismatic and everybody loves them. But they ain't doing a fucking goddamn thing to help the average person. They're helping themselves. That son of a bitch is in there filling his fucking pockets, and people don't fucking get it. People voted him in, and they're going, how come I don't have any more money? How come it was supposed to be good for me, and now it's bad? I don't understand it. I voted for him, and it was supposed to be good. Because you're a fucking idiot. It's just going to get worse, assholes, idiots. Both sides. Both fucking sides. Two-party bullshit. We need to move past that. These average citizens, us, the people with the power, we need to wake the fuck up and take over this country. We can do it peacefully. All we have to do is just say, we ain't voting for you, and we ain't voting for you. We're writing in this guy, because this guy we trust. This guy, we all got together and decided, now, for us, he's the guy. For you guys, it's pick one of these two idiots. We don't need any more of that. We should be so beyond the two-party system. We should be so beyond hate. We should be so beyond racial divides. We're all the same. It don't matter what fucking color your skin is or where you're born. We're all the fucking same. It don't matter what God you pray to or don't pray to. We're all the same. Get a hold of that, and that's some fucking reality there. This fantasy bullshit that's going on, that you're going to cleanse the nation by picking out one color of the rainbow and saying, now it's cleansed. No, we got to get another color out of here. They're whitewashing this fucking country. And people are either too scared or too stupid or too evil to do anything about it. I never thought that I would live to see this kind of bullshit. I thought this was a thing of the past, right? Going door to door, rounding up people. You're brown. Let me see your identification. When did our country turn into this? When we got so afraid because of 9/11? Is that what happened? We got so afraid of the bad guys. Please, government, take care of us. Take all of our rights away. We don't need our rights. Take them all away. Just do anything. Just take care of us. We don't want to know. We don't want to know what you're doing to take care of us. We don't want to know what's going on in Guantanamo. We don't want to know what's going on over here. You know? And now it's like, you don't need to know. We're going to take care of it. You don't need to know nothing. Bullshit. You know, how dare you, the average citizen of this country, let this fucking happen? Especially how dare you for voting this fucking bullshit in? Well, when it comes around for you, then you're going to go, well, maybe I shouldn't have voted that way, huh? Yeah. There are so many evil people in this country who are just loving this, who are just drooling, frothing at the mouth about all of the brown skin that's getting removed from this country. They want it whitewashed so bad. We want a white Christian country. We want it to be perfectly white in every way. White might, white is right. Don't you fucking get it, people? We're all the same. We're all the same. Let me cut you open, all right? And see if you look like the insides of me. And I'll cut me open too, motherfuckers. I'll show you. You know? Here. See that? It's fucking sane, you know? And now we're both gonna die just to figure that out, huh? Idiots. Literally. There's war in the streets. People are getting killed. People are getting hurt. We won't hear about the people getting killed. There's people getting seriously injured, and there will be people getting killed. And as soon as they detain the wrong person, and I sure hope it's soon, things are going to change. Things have to change soon. Because if they keep going on like this, we will have such a civil war on our hands. Right now, they are pitting us against each other. They know that all they have to do is say, brown, white, go at each other. That's all they got to do. And we're like, okay, we're programmed stupid Americans. We'll do whatever we're programmed to because we learn this hate in school. We learn it from our parents. We learn it growing up. We learn it in the streets. We learn it from the police. We learn it from our government. Hate is great. I gotta heat up my coffee because cold coffee ain't great. Stick around. I'm pissed off. I'm so fucking pissed off. It's either scream or fucking cry. And I don't want to hear from anyone who thinks this is great. I don't want to hear from one person who thinks this is making America great. All right? I don't need any more stupid. I don't need to be face to face with fucking dumb and ignorant. Don't even go there. If you got one of those stupid fucking comments, keep it to yourself, all right? Because you don't know. You don't know a fucking thing if you're going to have a stupid comment like, I think it's great that this what's going on in this country right now. I think we need to cleanse the whole streets and everybody. We need to get all those rapists and criminals out of here. If that's the way you think, you need to be deported because you're an ignorant fuck. And what we need to get rid of in this country right now is ignorance. Ignorance and hate needs to be evacuated from this fucking country. But nope. Now it proliferates. Now it's fucking the head office is hate and evil. And if you don't see that, then you've got it in your heart. If you can't look into those fucking eyes of those bastards, or that bitch on the fucking screen, everybody needs to self-deport because we're coming for you. If you can't look into their fucking eyes and see evil, then you've got evil in your own heart. Period. End of fucking discussion. If you think this is helping our nation, you're fucking ignorant. And you need to fucking go back to the South. You know, south of fucking whatever. All that fucking hate and fucking ignorance. Redneck fucking hillbilly fucking attitude.
Well, I don't like him because he's different. He's different, so I ain't gonna like him. He come from other place. I don't like the other country. It's a dirty country.
Meanwhile, you're picking crust out of your fucking toes and eating with the same fucking dirty hand, you fucking hillbilly. Fucking Mexicans are the cleanest fucking people I ever fucking met. And I've known a lot of clean white people. Oh, motherfucker. Just the amount of stupidity that goes into even conceiving an idea like this, right? Let's put together an army of assholes. Not nice people. Not anybody with a high school diploma or better. Nobody with any psychological fucking training whatsoever. All they give them is complete fucking military going to war garb and a pumped up fucking self-righteous white fucking power attitude. And they let them loose on the fucking country. Our country is a melting pot. Our country has American citizens from all over the world. And they're just going to run around and profile anybody with brown skin. Puerto Rican, you know, a mulatto black. It don't matter. If you're brown, you better show me some fucking ID. Give me a real ID. I don't want to see that shit. Give me a real ID. What do you mean a real ID? If I show you anything, you're going to take it from me anyway, and then I got nothing next time you come around. Fuck you. I wish I had brown skin. I'd be out there in the fucking streets going, come on, motherfuckers. Come on. Oh. Calm down, count to 10. Fuck you. Fuck counting to 10. I'm pissed off, motherfuckers. I am so at a crossroads right now as to what the fuck to do. Do I just say fuck it and leave this country? Because that's what I'm about. I'm about pretty close. Pretty fucking close. I know people who left this fucking country, and I'm like, wow, that's a ballsy thing to do. And now I'm thinking, wow, that was a really smart thing to do. Right? This country's gonna fucking rip itself apart. It's gonna fucking rip itself apart. And if you're white, you're a target. If you're brown, you're a target. If you're black, you're pretty soon anybody is gonna be a target for the other side. And there's gonna be multiple sides, right? Because they're trying to start a civil war. And it's real easy when you have ignorant people to work with. When you've got people who have barely graduated from public schools, right? And they're the ones going, yeah, woohoo. Get some fucking brains, people. Look at the past. See what the past has done for us? And see where we're at now? Motherfucker. A 100 years ago, we were in the same fucking situation. Alright? We had these crazy son of a bitches running around, stirring up shit, trying to take over the fucking neighbor's country, trying to fucking control their people beyond fucking belief. And look, it's happening again. It just keeps fucking going. It just keeps going. You know, what kind of civil unrest did we have in this country? You know, back in the 1920s, like 1925. What was going on then? Well, the country was fucking killing itself with fucking alcohol. You know, fucking kids, college kids were getting boozed up on fucking gin and juice and fucking getting in their fucking cool little 1920s hot rod cars, and no speed limits, no rules and regulations, open fucking roads, no lines on the road, just fucking kids hauling ass, going, wah, having a ball. And it led to the fucking the prohibition on alcohol, right? So we're going to have a prohibition on brown people is what we're going to do now. We're going to have a prohibition on brown people. If you're brown, you're down. We're going to get you out. If you're white, you're right. If you're brown, you're down. I am so dissatisfied with the current state of government. It's being run by fucking idiots. Assholes and idiots. Greedy assholes and idiots who've got the entire fucking half of the country completely propagandized into thinking that what they do is good for us. And it's not. Wake up. It's good for them and only them. And for a few of us who have a little bit of clout and a little bit of money. But it's only making them look bad, you know. If you profit off of any of this, I mean, it's like the people who used to buy the oil from the burned up Jewish bodies to pave their fucking streets, right? Well, we got it at a discount. Oh. What are you going to do? What are you going to fucking do? You know, I applaud the people out in the streets right now who are risking everything to stand up and say, no, you cannot do this. Come on. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Stop doing this shit. You can't just... We came to America to get away from this, and what's happening? It literally followed you here by way of the United States government. Literally followed you here. You know. Yes, there are a lot of bad apples out there. I get it. But there's a lot of bad apples on all sides. All of humanity has a lot of bad apples woven into the fabric of society. You know, we need to get over this white is right, white might thing, like we're cleaner, like we're better, right? Give me a fucking break. God, sometimes I just want to rip my fucking skin off because of the fucking idiots who feel entitled because of the color of their fucking skin, right? And they look down, literally look down on people just because they don't reflect light. Oh, come on. Ah. It's inherited, all right? It's passed on to family members, this hate, this disdain for anyone that's not like you. I thought we were social media, I thought we were moving past this, but what they did is they turned it against us. They turn everything against us so they can divide us, so that they can have voting points, talking points. Let's debate on this. We're sick of fucking debating. Everybody knows bad from good. This is good, this is bad. Let's just stay away from bad. And what do? They keep throwing bad at us so they can keep saying, well, let's go to the good and let's talk about the bad. We don't want to talk about the bad anymore, all right? Right now, policies bad, government bad, bad for the citizens, bad for the people, all right? These things do us no good. You know what kind of taxes are going to get raised just so they can accommodate the bullshit that nobody wants? We don't need a wall, all right? We need a town that's the length of the border. One building, the length of the border, 3 stories high, walls on either side, and doors that get in. You go into the building. If you need to come into this country, you go through that building. The building is the length of the border, all the way down the border. Why does it need to be so long? Because it's not real wide, and we're going to have a lot of facilities built in that to help people on either side of this border. If you live along the border and you need help, whatever country you're in, you should be able to go to that border. That border should be a building. If it's going to be a wall, it needs to be a building so that it's there to help. All right? Not to divide, but to help. I don't think there should be a border at all, but I get it. All right? Our government has screwed up and made a lot of fucking enemies. There you go. Make it a building. Make it a building. Staff it with doctors and attorneys and any kind of humanitarian aid that we could squeeze into that building, you know. Fill it, make dorms. Turn a lot of it into dorms, just so you've got homeless people that are they just need a place to fucking sleep, and they just happen to be along the border. Well, fucking turn it into a goddamn mission, you know. But get away from this whole idea of we need to keep humans separate. We need to separate humans. No, you guys can't mix. No whites and no browns. You can't do that. We need to move past that, okay? It's that fucking orange son of a bitch saying, I don't like mixed race stuff going on here. What the fuck are you? You know? Fucking Oompa Loompa and a fucking supermodel. How does that work? But that's okay, you know? A black guy and a brown girl, a white guy and a brown girl, a white girl and a brown guy. That don't work? It's a human and a human. All right? We have exterior color, exterior decoration. It's all that fucking makes us different. We learn a different language when we're born. You know, we come from a different place. We eat different stuff. That's the spice of life. That's what makes us great, is that we're all different. You know? Fill this country full of a bunch of white people going, I'm the best. And this country's going to go downhill fast. All right? Downhill fast. It's a bummer that we started this country under the guise of religious freedom, and then we killed everybody in this country who weren't Christians, right? Or tried to, or convert them, you know. And it's like, okay, so, and we're still doing that. If you ain't white, you ain't right. We're still doing that. This country, almost 250 years of greed and torture and murder and hate and rape and disgust, proliferated by the U.S. government, you know, and propagandized, taught in schools to hate, you know. I know, I saw it firsthand. I was a party to it firsthand. I got discriminated against just because I was a little long-haired, ratty-looking kid, you know. People hated me just because of the way I looked. Ugh. Old ladies would grab their purse and do this when I'd walk by. Ugh. Right? Oh, and then they'd see the parent, and they'd go, oh, and they'd smile, and they'd kind of look down with that squished up face like, oh, gosh, isn't it a cute little thing? Right? I used to get that all the time. I used to hate looking at people because I would see that in their eyes. I get it. I understand. I understand what discrimination is, what hate is, for no reason other than, you know, somebody else's stupidity, ignorance, and entitlement, you know. I used to go out with my grandmother, who was Sioux with a little bit of, she was Oglala, or she was Santee, no, she was Oglala, and she had dark hair. She had a little bit of Irish in her, so she was even that much more crazy. But she would go out, and people would try to talk down to her. Oh man, and she would flip the fuck out. I remember a white lady talking down to her at a sale in like JCPenney or Mervyn's or something. And boy, she went off on that fucking bitch. I swear she wanted to wait for her in the parking lot and just beat the fuck out of her. And this is, you know, my grandmother, who's in like her 40s or 50s at the time. And she was a rowdy chick. She drove a big van, which is where I got my love for big van conversions. And she didn't take any shit, you know. And I always remember her, just a short lady, just full of fire. And she never took any shit. She had to deal with Catholic schools and boarding schools and the government rounding up kids and cutting their hair and beating the Indian out of them, and she had to deal with that, all right? So some white bitch trying to get in front of her for a scarf, no, my grandmother wasn't taking any of that shit. Yeah, Opal was a tough broad. She was a tough broad. And they're all gone now. Her my grandmother Opal, she's passed away. My aunt Sandra, she passed away recently. My father a few years back, and their youngest sister back in the 90s. passed away of cancer. My father passed away of cancer. My aunt, I believe she passed away of complications due to heart attack, stroke, or pneumonia, or something in there. You know, when you get old, you know. Basically, she died of old age. My Aunt Sandy. And as did my grandmother, Opal. She was an old broad when she passed away. But, you know, environmentally, I inherited my grandmother's fire. Because if you cut me off, I turn into her. You cut me off in traffic and I'm my grandmother, I just start screaming and yelling. I gotta rein it in. Woo, I gotta pull it back. Because I will flip the fuck out. I have to literally count myself down. Count myself off the ledge. I am going to get together some bong hits here because it is just about time to probably turn off the AC and watch Cipher in the Snow. It's a hell of a movie. It's an educational film unlike any other. I applaud the Brigham Young University film department for putting this together. They brought us a lot of really good educational films and TV shows and series and stuff. And they're still doing it today. Brigham Young University is still, BYU is still putting out great, wholesome family entertainment that is mostly non-denominational. They don't say, oh, you gotta be this. Sure, they give you an idea of who they are and what they're doing, but they never, at least as far as I recall, any of the shows, right up into a studio like C or something, they still don't say, you have to be religious. You know, they're just bringing you good, wholesome family entertainment, and that's what I love about BYU. And back when they were doing educational films, or, what was it? Davy and Goliath, I think they did that as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. But I enjoy that kind of stuff. It's as real as you can get without going right up in your face and stabbing you. But it's some real shit. So when I saw Cipher in the Snow, it was only a couple of years old. I saw it in '77 in Fallbrook in the 4th grade. I repeated the 4th grade because of that school, because of the way I was treated in that school in Fallbrook, California, by Mr. Thomas, I think his name was. And he looked like, maybe I'm just saying Thomas because he looked like he reminded me of Tom Selleck. But I believe his name was Mr. Thomas. He's a big guy, big tall guy with a mustache. Looked very much like, even though I didn't know who Tom Selleck was at the time, Tom Selleck was nobody at the time. He had done a couple of little things. But this teacher was a really nice guy to everybody in the class but me. And it was because I was different. I had long, matted hair with big clumps, tangled clumps of hair, because my parents just didn't. My sister, pigtails, brushed hair. My brother, combed. Me, mats, long hair, mats, dirty clothes. Tell me there wasn't something going on there, right? There was a huge difference between how I was treated, how I was taught to take care of myself, and how the others in the family were taken care of and taught to take care of themselves, right? I used to see those documentaries like In Search of the Wild Boy, where they would talk about a character, a kid who was lost at birth and was raised by wolves, raised by animals, and then they tried to work that kid, that animal, back into society. And if they were young enough, they could usually do it, but if they were a little too old, then they couldn't retrain them, right? And it was kind of like a Jungle Book thing. But that was very common, you know, for kids to go up missing and then be raised out in the middle of nowhere by somebody else, or to just kind of hang with animals and learn what they did, you know. Wow. And sometimes I would feel akin to those children who were raised by wolves. Because sometimes I looked like it. I literally looked so disgusting, right? I mean, just dirty, crusty clothes, torn shoes, you know, and matted hair, you know, and streaks in the dirt from crying all the time, you know, because I was crying all the time. My family nickname was Crybaby, because I cried all the time, you know. I was an emotional wreck, and they had no fucking clue. They had no clue what to do with me, so they called me a crybaby, and they made fun of me, they ridiculed me, bullied me, my own family I'm talking about, and I could see in their eyes the disdain, and I could also see in their eyes when everything was nice and cool, and they were being cool and everything was nice. I could then see in their eyes then that they were everybody in my family, making a conscious effort to be nice to me on purpose, right? It was that fucking obvious, right? And of course nobody will admit it. Nobody will even look me in the eye if I talk about that kind of stuff. You know, usually it's the comment is, oh, what do you, no, come on, no, nuh-uh, no, you know, obviously, and there'd be no, oh, no, come on, no, no, you know, yeah, right. And I see what's going on in the world, and it just fucking hurts me on a level like you do not fucking believe. All right, I am going to heat this up, and then we're going to start that movie. And I will turn off the AC. Okay, people. I am going to be doing some bong hits during this here, so that I don't fall too deep into a funk. Let me get this on here so that I can. Let's see. Let me turn this off. Okay. No, I'm not crying already. I have something in my eye. Okay, let me get rid of this. Yeah, baby. And pull up Morning Show and Cipher in the Snow. There it is. Alright, let me bring it up and pause it before we start so that I can get my sound and everything ready. Okay, people. I believe this is 1975, I want to say. Cipher in the Snow. Brigham Young University. It's about... I see it. Hey, take it easy, Joey. Good night. Good morning. Take it easy. Take care. You can watch it later. You don't need to be sad. Go to bed. It is about bullying. It is about just giving a shit about the people next to you, whether you like them or not, right? Whether you're the same or not, especially if you're different, especially if you're more different, then you should go out of your way to be courteous. That's it. Just be courteous. That's all you have to do. Through that, we will learn kindness and understanding and learn about each other. And, man, my eyes, they make noise. Okay, here we go. It is time to watch Cipher in the Snow. Yeah, aren't we always sad? We're so alike. We're simpatico. We're amigos. Well, don't be sad. Don't be mad. Just go away. Go to bed. Go to bed, dude. And I look forward to the next time that you're around. And we got to do something, some kind of gaming thing, or get together here. With you over there and us over here, we can still do stuff. And then we don't have to be sad. We don't have to be. All right, people. Let's watch Cipher in the Snow. Let me get it set up here, and then we'll start. Yeah. Here we go. You ready, people? Because, you know, people. Let's watch Cipher. Oh, see, I gotta turn off. I gotta turn off this guy. Get out of here. There you go. Bromigos, I like that. Bromigos. That's totally cool, bro. Bromigos. Right on. Cool. I like that. Okay. Let's start this because it's like 20 minutes long, so we want to get through it. Okay. Here we go from 1970-something. This is Cipher in the Snow. This is about, ultimately, it's about bullying and emotionally different children. And, my gosh, people, let's be nice to each other. Right? Let's just be nice to each other. That's all we gotta do. Okay, sound back on. And here we go.
Yeah.
I hated the bus stop. That's where kids would pick on me. At this point in my life, I was that kid, and I just walked by. Said, fuck it, I ain't going back. I ain't going back to school. Last kid on the bus has to go stand alone. I used to stand alone at the bus stop. Take it easy, Joey. Talk to you later.
Just one time I'd like to beat him to school.
What happened? I don't know. The kid tapped me on the shoulder, kind of apologetic-like, and asked if he could get off, so I let him.
What's the matter with him?
He's dead, isn't he? Better call an ambulance.
even know who he is.
This fellow works?
And they're proceeding him.
Hey, somebody call an ambulance already?
The fact that the kids all learn this from their parents. And this kid's misfortunes stem from his parents. Right? Fucking gawkers. Unsympathetic gawkers.
What happened? I'm not quite sure. I came up behind the bus and made a non-scheduled stop, and he just came running down the bell. What happened? What do you think? Move back. Come on, you keep clear out of here, will ya?
I've never seen anybody die.
Maybe if you had tried to give him mouth-to-mouth and resuscitate him, he might have found somebody who cared enough. But nobody cared enough to try to bring him back to life. They just looked at him lying in the fucking snow and covered him up. How horrible is that? Boy, I just see the darkness and everything, huh? Yeah, when I get down like this, man, everything is just horrible.
Hello. Go right in, Mr. Collier. Mr. Hard's
Are you
expecting.
sure he was a student here?
Yes.
Hello, Frank. Neither of you knew the boy.
No. Ned, I think he was in my math class last year.
Peggy, if you have the Evans file, would you bring it in, please? Thank you, Mr. Schneider.
It's funny. The boy never even said he felt bad.
Here it is.
Oh, thanks, Peggy. Would you take care of these, please?
All right.
What time is that board meeting?
You're late for it now, sir.
Frank, I thought you said you hardly even knew the boy.
What do you mean?
Well, he's written here that you're his favorite teacher.
His favorite teacher, me?
That's what it says.
Well, there were a couple of instances when I helped him with his homework, but...
At least you remember talking with him. That's more than anybody else. Did he have a drug problem?
I don't know. I told you I didn't spend that much time with him.
I see.
Wish I could be of more help.
As a matter of fact, you can. Somebody has to contact the parents.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You're the principal. Don't you think you or Mr. Carlin...
I've got to be in a board meeting all day. Besides, I don't even remember seeing the boy. You at least knew him.
Oh, what about my classes?
We'll cover your classes. And incidentally, we'll need a small obituary for the school paper.
Jeez.
You can use my office. Peggy will be glad to help.
Oh, sure.
And from the school to attend the boy's funeral. And thank you very much, Frank. I really appreciate this.
You just put it all on his shoulders. Appreciate what, you asshole? Great.
Any ideas?
Well, here's the address. 4015 Randolph Road. Mr. and Mrs. Nathan Tucker.
Stepfather?
Mm-hmm.
Cliff was a good boy.
I'm sure he was.
This asshole.
Never complained. Never even said he was sick.
Never said nothing about anything since the day I moved in.
I wonder why, you fucking asshole.
I give that boy everything I could, but he could just never catch on. If he wouldn't have been so dumb, he'd have told us he wasn't feeling good.
Cliff wasn't dumb.
Wasn't dumb? I'm sorry Cliff's dead. But he could never do one thing right, and you know it.
Dick.
Mister, I've got all this work to do around here. The other day, when we had that snow...
Beautiful shot by 22 Willamette, that just made him top.
You shovel them walks.
I forgot.
Oh, you forgot.
Oh, Lord.
I tell you to go out and shovel those walks. You come in and you say, I forgot. Where you been for 2 hours?
Just go up for a walk.
for 2 hours. Dummy went for a walk for 2 hours. Doing what?
Just thinking.
Oh. What's that in your hand there?
It's a willow. It's already bedding. It's not even spring yet.
A willow. I ask you to please go out and shovel the walks. And you spend 2 hours thinking about willows. When are you going to start using that head of yours for something besides keeping your ears apart? Stupid kid. And she says he wasn't dumb.
I should have spent more time with him.
So you didn't? Now let it be.
That's what you've always wanted, isn't it, Harry?
Hey, where are you going?
To see my son.
What about my breakfast?
How's it coming?
Well, Cliff Evans was Caucasian, never legally adopted by stepfather, and has a steady list of bad grades.
That's the obituary?
That's the record. As far as school goes, he appears never to have done anything. No clubs, no sports, no activities at all.
No friends or students that knew him?
None that admit it.
You're kidding.
Nope. From the record, Cliff was a real zero. A cipher.
Oh, I don't envy your job.
You know, though, there's something I just can't get out of my head. Cliff Evans appears to have started out a normal, healthy, and happy boy. Look. First grade teacher. Sweet, shy child. Second grade, timid, eager, wants to learn.
A nice-looking boy.
There's a poem he wrote in the second grade.
My poem about frogs by Cliff Evans. I like frogs. They sit on great big logs. They jump real high up to the sky. I wished I could jump high like a frog.
Sound like he was always a zero.
No, he started out just about like every other kid, but...
Well, what happened? Messed up home?
I'm sure that was part of it, but there's got to be more. Third grade. Cliff won't talk, uncooperative, slow learner. It's about the same time Cliff's mother and father are having trouble.
Good. That's much improved. That's right, you're doing fine. Cliff, what are you daydreaming about today? Oh, you've always got your mind on something else. Cliff, you've got to try harder. You know you're the slowest one in the class. Do you want some help after school? Do you want me to have your parents in for a conference?
They won't come.
Why not?
They're getting a divorce.
And that's it? Oh, well,
People seem to
you're
live
not
up
worth
to what
my
other
time
people
now.
think of them. Slow learner. The fourth grade teacher says,
don't get involved.
Low achiever. Doesn't mix well with other children. I've seen how that happens.
If it wasn't for a few teachers getting involved in my life, I'd have given up. They were the reason why I stayed with it. Even while I was homeless, I stayed in school. Because of those few teachers who gave a shit enough to make me feel like I could. I used to hate being on the playground, knowing full well that I couldn't play with anyone. If I did, they'd bully me or treat me like shit.
Hello, that's our cement head. Yeah, I just want help. We don't need no help.
I saw the same kids, the same exact kids. Just different faces.
There you go, cement this head. Not much in it, though. Hey, that looks like? Yeah, it does. Hi, Cliff Evans. Looks just like a stuff isn't so ugly. Yeah. There you go, Cliff. There's your hat. Looking nice and warm.
I still remember the names of the assholes that bullied me. I still haven't forgiven them. I probably won't. I won't forgive them. It wasn't my fault, I was a kid. Bullshit. You're probably still the same asshole bully, just a different way. You know. Chances are. I used to sit on a swing. If there was a swing available, I would sit on a swing. Otherwise, I would sit in the sand. Hopefully, I had a magnet in my pocket, and I would just sit in the sand, and I would pull out the black carbon out of the sand, and I would do stuff
the rest
with
of
it.
his report's like that?
It's all beginning to fit, isn't it? Once he was labeled, everybody else followed. Stubborn, daydreamer, slow learner, dull. Not one of them looked past that third grade remark to find any real answers.
There you
No
go.
wonder Cliff had a problem.
Do you have my 8th grade report?
Yes, it's right there.
Introverted, lacks ambition, socially unskilled. Well, doesn't look like I helped any more than the rest, does it, Peggy?
What do you mean?
You have a son, don't you?
Yes.
Suppose he lived in a broken home, was never legally adopted, and was totally ignored. How would he feel?
It's not a very pleasant thought.
And now add to this 6 or 7 hours a day spent in school where he gets the impression that he's slow and dumb.
Oh, Mr. Collier, I don't think teachers intend to treat students that way.
Maybe not consciously, Peggy, but I wonder.
They pass on their own prejudices and dislikes.
Working pretty late. Just been looking through the Cliff Evans file. We got the coroner's report. They were really puzzled. Said there was nothing wrong that they could tell. Heart just stopped beating.
Heart failure. That's okay for the record, but there's more to it than that.
What? I think Cliff was erased. Little by little. Family, schoolmates, teachers, everyone reduced him to a zero. Finally, he just went away. Low IQ. Right. This year it was listed as 83, way down. But in the 3rd grade, it was recorded at 106. It didn't even go under 100 until the 7th grade.
Okay. A negative environment can significantly lower an IQ over a period of time. But what's that got to do with the boy's death?
Even shy, timid children have resilience. It takes time to break them. Gradually it happened. And I helped. Me, his favorite teacher. Oh, I did the best I could to show Cliff how to solve mathematical problems. But like everyone else, in the things that really mattered, in making him feel like a worthwhile human being, I kept subtracting.
Frank, a lot of people are treated worse than Cliff, and they survive.
Some do, some don't. Do you remember that study on babies in orphanages?
Yeah.
They were given all the food and physical care they needed. The mortality rate was incredible. Well-fed babies turned their faces to the wall and died. When the doctors finally caught on, they prescribed, along with the food and blankets, a little attention, a little love. Cliff held on for a long time. Finally, he just turned his face to the wall, too. Just turned his face to the wall and...
That study was
died.
done with baby monkeys, by the way.
In a way, we all share the blame. What are we going to do about it? What can we do?
Maybe a little attention, a little love.
A little too late. The kids that were forced to come from the school put together a delegation of kids.
Excuse me, are you Mr. Collier?
Yes, I am. Why?
Well, I was wondering if I could talk to you for a minute.
Look, son, I have a lot on my mind right now. Could we make it some other time?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, wait a minute. What did you say your name was?
My name is Leroy Jones, and I'm going to be in your math class next spring.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering if you could give me some help.
At that moment, I resolved never to forget Cliff Evans. He'll be my challenge from now on. Each September, as I look at the unfamiliar faces, I'll look for veiled eyes in an alien world. I've promised myself I may not do anything else for them, but not one of them is going to come out of my class a nobody, a zero.
Okay. That's that. Pardon me. Gets me every time. Mainly because I was that little kid. And I thought for sure, after seeing this in the 4th grade, I thought for sure I was going to die. I honestly thought that I was going to die. By the 7th grade, I was, after having gone through the 4th grade twice, by the 7th grade, I was so hated and bullied and ridiculed and ostracized and just tortured. You know, people walk up behind me and smack me in the back of the head, make me drop my books, smack the books out of my hand, push me into the locker, knock me down, just talk horrible things to me. And then there were the students. I mean, it was just horrible. And it still goes on. It still goes on. And it happens through the parents. It happens through the schools. It happens through the media. It happens through the adults that come in contact with these kids. It happens through their friends who are taught hate and discrimination for no reason. And it just gets passed around like a fucking horrible disease. It's a social disease is what it is. That's what hate is. It's a social disease. You want to talk about drug and alcoholism and that kind of shit being a disease? No, hate is a disease. All right? Oh. What's going on in this country right now? It just shakes me to my core, man. I'm gonna have to put the hair on. Mainly because it's too quiet. And it's too warm in here. So we just watched Cipher in the Snow from 1970 something. I first watched it in 1977, maybe 78, that school year. But it made me look at school and society and the world and people, fellow students, teachers. It made me look at the world differently. While I was still treated like shit all the way up through high school, I did look for that principal, that vice principal there. I did look for him in any number of teachers, staff, other adults in my life, because I wasn't getting it at home. So I think I said the other day that there were a few teachers in my life. The Riendos, Mr. and Mrs. Riendo, Mr. LaValle, Ms. Tryon, Mr. Castanon, Mama Kane, from the drama department in high school. People who just were nice because that's the way they were, not because they were trying to be nice or they were required to be nice. They were nice because they were just nice, and they were good people, and they honestly tried to make a connection with me. But because of this movie, I felt like I could just die at any time because of my overwhelming sadness. But I also found that I could search for that one person that would get me through. And it wasn't at home. It wasn't at home. Usually it was a perfect stranger. You know, sometimes it was a dog. Sometimes it was a place. Where do you go when the whole world is just falling down around you? Where do you go then? You're not even safe in your own home. You get dragged out of your own home. Where do you go then? You know? Now it seems like everybody is against you, because you're just surrounded by a sea of white. People waving American flags in your faces, screaming that they hate you and they want you gone. And it's like, and you're third generation American, you know, what? I just don't know. Where do you look for that one person who's supposed to be a beacon, right? When you're too scared to approach anyone, because you never know what you're going to get. Are you going to get hatred? Are you going to get kindness? Are you going to get disdain? Distrust? I just hope people start to see what's going on and see that it really does affect them directly. Even if it's just hatred in their heart, that's a bad thing to have with you. You know, I've tried so hard in my adult life to shake off all of that hatred, and it's difficult. But if you realize that there are so many people out there who just don't want to be hated, they just, you know, well, why should we hate somebody for them being themselves, right? I mean, as long as they're not overtly hurting anyone, right? Intentionally going out to fuck with people, well then leave people the fuck alone. Gather up, there's a million people in this country who are fucking up. Let's gather them up and sort them out, alright? I'll bet we find most of them are homegrown, right? A lot of the people they're rounding up at this point just want to live a better life, you know? And if they're kids in this country who were born and raised in this country, if they have turned into assholes, it's this country that's done it to them. It's the division, it's the hatred, it's the race wars that are going on. Look at the Zoot Suit wars back in the, what was it, the 20s, 30s? Come on! Let's just hate each other because we're different. Like that's going to keep working. Like that's even logical. Let's hate our fellow humans because we're different. It's an oxymoron. We're humans, so we're exactly the same. We're different because of our geography, or exterior decorations, or beliefs. What? That makes no sense. That makes us exactly the same, having those beliefs and those differences, right? And being born in a different place. Where were you born? On the planet Earth? It don't matter after that. It don't. And if it does, we need to get past that. We really do need to get past that. I mean, borders protect us from stuff that our governments get us into. There's something going on there. Maybe we should change something. All right? Maybe we should start voting with our heads and not our ears. Because it's our ears that are telling us what to do. And we're being told, programmed, propagandized into doing stuff that goes against humanity. Do you not see that? When you punch the guy next to you, you only hurt yourself. It's a Corsican brother thing, right? Anything you do to your fellow human, you're doing to yourself. What's going to happen when they get rid of all of the brown skin in America? They're going to come after someone else. They're going to come after another people. Dollars to donuts. If you think it's going to end with this, it didn't end with the Jews. Why would this end with the Mexicans? Jews weren't the only ones thrown into concentration camps. Towards the end, they were chucking in anybody they could. Anybody. Round them all up. If you're against the fucking Nazi fucking regime, they're going to turn you into fucking road. That's it. What do you think is going to happen in this fucking country when we cleanse it of all of the brown? Right? What are we going to go after then? All of the black? All of the orange? The yellow? Well, of course we won't go after the orange. Oh. Wake up, people. Wake up, people. They're doing the same shit they were doing 100 years ago, right? Do you not know that they were trying to cleanse this country just like Hitler before Hitler got recognized, right? Do you know what eugenics is? Eugenics is the cleaning of our race, basically. It's getting rid of all of the stupid, all the mongrel races. And there was a eugenics movement here in the United States brought about by the rich people, the Rockefellers and the other jerkwads with all the fucking money. So what do you think is going on? It's the same fucking thing happening over again. And people are completely oblivious to it because they don't want to look at history realistically. They want to look at history and go, oh, check this out. We can say that this happened. Or let's take this picture and let's doctor it so that we can rewrite history, right? Look at history the way it is. It's fucked up enough, all right? Wake up, people. We're just doing it over again. It's the same thing, only different. The same kind of hate, only wrapped in a different fucking package. And you're just going along with it. You're just joining up on one side or the other. None of these sides are right, okay? Either party that's happening right now is not right. They're both fucking idiots and assholes. We need to take over as humans, as citizens. We have the right. No, we have the duty to take over this country, right? By peaceful means, it's possible. We just start a campaign. We just start a campaign, and they either change to suit us, or we get rid of them and put somebody else in there. Period. We can do that. We can do that. All right? We have the power as people to get together and make change happen. All right? The way they're going about it is wrong. Okay? Both sides are in the wrong right now. These guys on one side are acting in a manner that is wrong. And there are factions of the other side that are reacting in the wrong manner. Period. The violence begets violence. You know, don't go throw your fucking face up in somebody's shit. You're going to get knocked down with a fucking club and hauled off to jail. What are you, stupid? No, we need to go about it the right way. All right? Has any of these people who are protesting even put in one phone call or written one letter, one email to our leaders? No. Otherwise, we would hear about it. Man, the offices are getting flooded. No. Because they think that going out and marching the streets is going to do something, and it's not. It just makes everybody look bad who's involved. Because they keep wearing masks and being pissed off and waving the Mexican flag and shit. It's like, come on. If you're going to wave that, wave the American flag in the other hand. You know? That's what I do. I'm at my wit's end. I refuse to think that I should leave the country, but at this point, I'm afraid at what's happening now, that it's going to lead to something that we're not going to be able to come back from. We are going to have factions of this country who are going to become vigilantes, and they're going to try to take it upon themselves to do what the government isn't doing quick enough. Well, we could round them up. We could help you. Let's round them up. Let's help them. Somebody's going to get strung up from a fucking tree. Somebody's going to get drugged behind a big giant pickup with waving a big fucking flag, right? Somebody is going to get arrested who shouldn't be. Somebody's going to get deported who shouldn't be, simply because they decided to just let it happen, right? Let's see how far these bastards take it. I have family and friends who are directly affected by this. Family, friends, neighbors, community members, co-workers, past co-workers, all right? There's a lot of people that I know with brown skin who are affected by this, simply because they have brown skin. And that's not right. And that's just not right, and it's un-American. And anybody who says that it's right, they have evil in their heart, okay? Anybody who says that they are doing this for the good of America and Americans, they are wrong, they are ignorant, or they have evil in their heart. They have evil intentions. And it usually shows in their face. You see it in their eyes. You look into the eyes of the people who are in charge right now and what's going on. The people with the masks where all you can see are their... You just look into their eyes and you know what's in their heart, right? They're not doing this because it's a job and they have to do it. Well, I don't really want it. They're doing it because somewhere inside of them, they love this. They love knocking people down and kicking their teeth in and pushing them around and slamming them up against a wall and digging into their pockets and then taking their ID and keeping it, right? There's a lot of evil intention right now. And these are our neighbors, all right? The people that are doing this right now, they are our friends and family and neighbors who work for these sons of bitches who are doing this to our friends and family and neighbors. And we're just letting it happen. We voted him in. We'll let it happen. Just let it. I'm going to look the other way while it happens, because in your heart, you're fucking evil and you want this shit to happen. If you look the other way, you have evil in your heart. If you don't get up and do something, you have evil in your heart. What do I have in my heart? Sadness. And I'm sick. And I look out there and I see more sick people who have so much evil in their heart on both sides. You know, how could you go out and do such evil things when you know full well that's what they want? They're doing this to get a rise out of you. They're doing this to keep us divided so that people can sit back and go, see, that's why we need to get rid of them. Get rid of all of them. What are you doing? What are you doing, people? You're tearing this country apart. You're letting them do it. You're letting them control us into doing it. Would we have let this happen in the 80s? Would we have done this in the 80s? Maybe, but not like this. I think we were a lot smarter back then. Because nowadays, I don't see any intelligence at the helm. I don't see one Captain Brain out there. Everybody is following their emotions, right? On both sides. Ignorance and emotion is a horrible combination, and that's what we got going on. Both sides. Coffee's gone. Good feeling's gone. Let's talk about what's going on this week and read from the TV guide. So, we got evening, prime time, June 14th, 1976. Viva Valdez comedy. Happy married Doris Roberts and Rodolfo Joyas. It's a Mexican family. There you go. John Davison, Variety. Tony Orlando, Charo. Some more Mexicans there. Some more south of the border talent. Rhoda. I don't like Rhoda. Noches Tapatías, Variety. Some Disney books here that you can order. Right? I remember having some of these books. Okay, let's get back to Monday evening. We're movie, 8 o'clock, June 14th, 1976. The Brothers O'Toole, John Aston, Pat Carroll. I believe I remember that. It's a stupid, silly movie. Baseball, Royals, Tigers, Cubs, Reds. Okay. Phyllis, David Wayne, Cloris Leachman, right. Okay. Hogar Dulce Hogar. I know. That's not how it's pronounced. 9 o'clock, Joe Forrester, crime drama. And Joe Forrester is Lloyd Bridges, Jeff Bridges, Bo Bridges' father. 9:30, Maude. I like that show. Oh, yeah. 10 o'clock, Jigsaw John, crime drama. Starring Jack Warden. All right. Jack Warden. He's going to go from this right on to doing the Bad News Bears TV show. Medical Center. And Dick Van Dyke at 10:30. Best of Groucho at 11. Getting Married at 11:30. Cloris Leachman is the hostess for this glimpse at trying to tie the knot American style. Weddings, Southern California, Pennsylvania, Las Vegas. Interesting, but not my bag, baby. Tomorrow is Tom Snyder, and then we move on to tomorrow. And there we go. And that is the TV guide. That's not it. This is the TV guide here. There we go. Harry O on the cover. And why not look at this picture here? Because we can see the album for the day is Smiler, Rod Stewart, and the movie of the week is Main Event with Barbara Streisand and Ryan O'Neal. Check it out. Good stuff. The trailer's in the comments. If you get a chance, stream it. I wish I had more coffee, but I'll have to settle for another bong hit to calm my nerves after ranting about the world and the conditions that we have right now. I'm just, you know. I just want everybody to smarten up. I just want everybody to be kind, be courteous, and be intelligent, right? And that means seeing things from all sides, right? Recognizing that, yes, we do have an immigration problem in this country, but also recognizing that they are people, not animals. We can't just use tranquilizer guns and round them up in the street, although that would probably be more humane than to what's going on. People literally getting tackled. Men, women, old people, it doesn't matter. They're just tackling them. Knock that baby out of your arm and tackle you, you know? Just being herded. And then the people who are out there hurling bottles and burning cars and stuff. It's like, come on, people. These people that are doing this to us are our friends and family and neighbors and community members. We need to talk to them on that level and let them know what's going on. We need to propagandize them right back. There should be a channel devoted 24/7 to people coming on and telling their stories, their horrific stories about what the government is doing to the average citizen, an average Mexican American. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The fact that it's happening to our fellow humans, our fellow community members, right? It don't matter what color they are. The fact that it's happening. You should see yourself there. Whatever color you are, whatever race you are, religion, geographic origination, you should look at them and see yourself. And if you don't, you have evil in your heart. Okay, what's going on this week? Tomorrow, Tonight at 4 o'clock, America's in Transition, where we look at Latin America and we see the struggles that they faced back in the 70s and see why a lot of people are coming here, right? And now they're getting hit with the same fucking fascism. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the TV show The White Shadow, where we see inner city, a black school encroached upon by a white basketball coach, right? And that's a great show. That's just a great fucking show. We're going to talk about that. And then Anatomy of a Teenage Courtship at 4. Wednesday. Oh, and don't forget, tonight, Minecrafting. Wednesday, we're going to talk about Little Orphan Annie, and we're going to listen to one of the old radio shows. And at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, the movie will be Antarctica. Thursday, we're going to talk Grateful Dead. I'm going to bring out all of my Grateful Dead paraphernalia, and we'll talk about it, and listen to some music, and talk about shows, and talk about the people, and the ambiance, and the whole Dead thing. So let's do that. What the hell was that noise? I hope my microphone isn't going to fade out on me and stop working. And then Thursday, the movie is going to be Like Any Other Child, only more so. And it'll be about drugging our children into conformity. That's it, pretty much. This kid's different. Well, make him like everybody else. Drug him. Friday, I'm just going to be reflecting on the past versus what's going on today, and try to make some kind of sense of it all. We're going to be doing that all week, but Friday, that's basically it. And then Friday night at 4, the educational film Dark Lullabies, which I believe was probably a TV documentary. And then it made it to the schools. And it's about the after effects of children who made it out of the concentration camps. And then, of course, Friday night at 5, we'll have a video time machine, and we'll take a look through the tube, the television, the movies, the video stuff from the past. I got my last bong hit here. I'm still riled up. Now, Cipher in the Snow has been booted up to my channel, but I haven't made it public yet. So, I think I'm going to do that and figure out how and when to make it public. I'm not quite sure. I mean, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it on my show here for now and bring it to you on another day when I'm extremely sad, which probably will be very, very, very soon. Alright, well, I have no more coffee. I think I'm done with the bong hits for a while. I'm still quite riled up. And my neck is still in horrible condition from last week. There goes my microphone again. I don't know why it's doing that. I hope my system here isn't having a failure, because that would suck. That would suck. this thing comes on, and it gets a little warm, but still, that's where you get butt gin. Shut up. All right, people, it's just about time for me to get out of here. Like I said, I'll be back this evening, barring any technical difficulties or any family things that might arise. Family always takes precedence over the show. So if I'm not here, it's because my family needs me more than the show does. So there you go. That's that. That being said, I hope to be back this evening for Minecrafting Monday. And we're going to listen to a little bit of the Grateful Dead that we will be listening to on Thursday. So there you go. There you have it. Hopefully my show won't get canceled, because I'm just going to play some random tracks, live tracks from 1985, kind of a mix. So we should be able to get away with it. And hopefully we will. I guess it's about time for me to have some breakfast and get things together here for the day. I really hope this country figures it out really quick, because I don't want to die with this shit going on. I really don't. I don't want to leave my family to this shit. Well, I would just as soon move them to Mexico. You know. This is ridiculous. I've already told my wife, look, I'm fine with selling one of the vehicles and buying a trailer and filling it full of what we want to take, and then just leaving, selling everything else and just leaving. Fuck this country. You know. If this is how it's going to treat people, period. Don't matter who you are. If this is how people are treated, alright, I'm just going to go through the rest of my day trying to keep from crying, okay? Alright. I guess it's that time to say thank you for stopping by. And I can't say this enough, especially now. Come on, people. Be kind to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit, not war. Enough with the hate, alright? Take care of each other. Do something nice for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Makes you feel good. Makes the world a better place, alright? It makes us human, okay? Let's just get it together, people, alright? Most especially, stay weird. If you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. And you know what's weird nowadays? Human compassion, caring, giving a shit about the person next to you, rather than saying something different, right? Get out there. Show your support. These are our community members, friends, family, co-workers. This is horrible, people. We need to do something. Alright, people. Love you. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Gosh darn it. Alright, people. Adios.